and you start, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, start cursing Allah, Allah will not hold you accountable for it. If you are sleeping and you start insulting Allah, you started insulting Allah. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, insulting.
Very extreme scenario.
Yeah, no, I'll show you, but I'll show you I'll give you extreme scenario to show you the justice of Allah. Even with an extreme scenario, yet Allah will not hold you accountable for it.
Because He knows I'm not doing it, because you're not aware when you're sleeping.
Because you're not utilizing your faculties, which Allah gave you to use them with your own choice. Okay? So Allah, some people say, if Allah written everything, where is going to judge us? But Allah knows from Allah's nature, from Allah's attribute, His nature, to know everything all the time.
What's the point of free will then if it's God decides everything?
But there's no contradiction. But there's no contradiction between the two to begin with. This question is built upon a fallacy, because Allah knowing something.
Why am I saying God?
Okay, wait.
God guides you then?
Yeah, but wait a second.
If I have the free will, why is God guiding you?
Yeah. Allah guide you if you sincere, Allah give you tawfiq. But if you are evil, Allah will leave you to yourself. That's why to you. You understand? So Allah, for example, Allah guide those who are sincerely seeking truth. Okay? But let's say the same. What is he saying, this guy? I don't know. Anyway, so Allah knowing something doesn't contradict to have free will. Okay?
It's written by Allah.
Yeah, I'm coming to it. Before it's written, Allah knows it. Okay, imagine Allah never wrote it. It's going to change the thing? Allah already knows it. So Allah written it, or does not write it, Allah still knows what you're going to do.
Okay.
So Allah written it in the preserved tablets.
It's written, but if it's written, then that's what's supposed to happen.
But if Allah knows, if Allah knows that you're going to do something.
Not just He knows, whatever He writes happens.
Because He knows it, because based upon His knowledge. You're missing the knowledge part.
But there's an orchestra, and He's the one, He controls the orchestra.
No, I don't know about that.
Not me willfully playing the instrument.
You understand what he's trying to say? No, what he's trying to say.
I know this brother is knowledgeable though. I know you from YouTube.
I have a little of knowledge, wallahi. I'm
I
knowledgeable.
respect you.
Barakallah.
I respect you.
How is it
But
free
you know,
will if it's already been written? That's what
Yeah, but tell me the contradiction between the two.
But wait.
I can't see the clashes to begin with.
Yeah, that's what you have to explain to him.
No, he has to explain that to me. I'm explaining to him.
Fair to you is what you're saying.
No, I mean God's will and my will clashes. That's the problem.
No, okay. Your will is under Allah's will. Your will is under Allah's will. Nothing that takes place here except by Allah's will.
Okay.
But Allah is able to stop you doing every evil. But that will defeat the purpose of creating this creation. Because it's creation to test you. Okay? If it's going to stop you every time you're going to do evil, what is the point of the test?
He's giving you free will. You make the decision, but He knows what you're going to do anyway. But He's still giving you the free will. So it's still down to you what you do, whether you believe.
He's written what's going to happen. He's the one.
He makes it happen. He knows what to say next.
Yeah.
God makes it happen.
He knows
But makes it happen because you. I don't know.
Making things happen, you know, God make it.
Me, no. Makes it happen. When you say makes it happen, mean Allah force you?
No.
Or mean Allah allows it?
Everything.
No. You mean Allah allows it or force you to do it?
Not allows it. Because you say
No, but He allows it.
anything without God's permission.
Yeah, it's called allowing. For example, now I have the authority to stop my daughter doing something evil at home.
Yeah.
I have the authority. And now, if I allow her doing it, doesn't mean I'm forcing her. You understand? She's doing her own choice, especially if she's old enough. That's why the hadith person said Allah will never hold 3,000 people accountable. Someone who's insane, because the insane person, he's doing things which he doesn't know what he's doing. Okay? So my point always, of you are small. So my point here is to show you Allah have written things in the preserved tablet doesn't not contradict you doing it based upon your own actions. Likewise, doesn't mean that Allah is forcing you to doing it.
I don't mean forcing it.
You know what I'm saying? So what is, you know, Allah, I spoke to many people. I can't understand where is the problem.
According to Islam, God does everything. Am I right?
Does everything. What do you mean does everything? Explain
I
that to
can't
me.
lift my hand if God doesn't will it. If it doesn't
will it.
No, Allah allowing. Also, Allah created the power and the will within you, but you utilize them. Okay? For example, now, okay, even logically, as Ibn Taymiyyah said, imagine you go to someone and you rob him, and you tell him, you know what? Don't blame me. I robbed you because Allah willed it.
Okay.
No one with a sound intellect would accept this argument because Allah would say, yeah, Allah willed it, but before you did it, Allah also gave you a brain to think. But you choose that action which Allah has written, but in
Qadar then. If you say Qadar,
I have to allow me to finish, you know,
sorry.
because every time I try to finish the point,
no, sorry.
Allah has written it.
I have
Doesn't.
no objections.
Yeah. Allah has written it. Doesn't know. And also, let me ask you something. Who knows everything?
According to your religion?
Are you Muslim?
No.
I'm not even Muslim to begin with. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. We talk about curtain before.
If I'm not Muslim, I can't get knowledge.
No,
from you.
I'm not saying that.
No, it is
No,
not.
I'm not saying that. Listen to that carefully. I'll give you a good analogy. Imagine you and I,
Yeah.
we are discussing which curtain should we have in a window, but guess what? We don't even agree there's a house.
Maybe I'll agree with what you're saying though.
No. What I'm saying, imagine you and I, we're trying to discuss to buy clothes to a child. But guess what? We don't even agree there's a child to begin with. That doesn't make any sense. We have to establish.
about the
If you
foundation.
convince me,
Foundation.
and I agree with you then.
But how Qadr is going to convince you that Allah exists?
Huh?
How the Qadr is going to convince you that Allah
Qadar
exists?
by definition means everything's written and God has ordained it, so it will happen.
Yeah, but how do you know?
Allows it to happen, but it doesn't necessarily.
No, sorry, Hakim, sorry, one thing I want to take him back. The Quran never speaks about the Qadr to prove Allah's existence. None of our scholars use the Qadr to prove Allah. Qadr is, for example, now this Qadr, how do you know that Allah is about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? First, let us establish there is God. Because if we establish there is God and His all knowing is perfect, therefore the way He does things is.
He knows best. Is that?
That's what I'm
He
saying.
knows best.
He knows best. Also, logically speaking, it's illogical, irrational to utilize my limited intellect to judge God who has a perfect knowledge, a perfect wisdom. Okay? So
But
if
that's all I have though. I have to use my brain.
that's what I'm saying, by using your brain the wrong way. You know what?
My approach is wrong.
Yes, because the approach should be you don't believe in God, correct?
I don't say I don't. I'm not atheist.
Okay, you're agnostic.
I don't like labeling myself.
Do you accept there's a creator?
It's not about me accepting. It's whether he exists or not.
But I'm saying you personally know Na'am exists, but you, like now, if I bring you your father does exist. But if I ask you, do you accept him as your father? Don't tell me he exists or not. I'm not asking if he exists.
But I can't know for certain. Can I?
No, you can't know
You
for
just said I'm
certain.
limited, didn't you?
No, there's things we know for certain.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example that we know something for certain even we don't see it. I'll give you an example.
Go on.
Okay. Is it possible and logical for something to be created by non-existent thing? By something that doesn't exist? Is it possible? So let me repeat my question.
Everything is contingent, and then
No, I'm talking about
emergent properties come from contingent things.
No, I'm not talking about contingent things. A simple question. Is it possible and rational for non-existent thing, something that does not exist to begin with, to create something?
And there has to be something.
Okay, is that knowledge certain or not?
It's certain.
Certain.
If you think of the singularity, then the singularity is already there.
No, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about this principle. Yeah. I'm not talking about singularity.
certain or
I'm talking about
non-certain.
this principle,
You can't
regardless.
get something from nothing. I agree.
Okay, so it's certain.
Certain.
You're certain about it.
Obviously, because if I didn't have this organ, then it wouldn't be part of my body.
That's what I'm saying. So you can utilize your sound intellect to come to something, to come to conclusion with certainty.
Yeah, but I'm not rejecting that there's God.
No, I'm not saying rejecting. Every time I try to build, you keep cutting me. Let me finish, man. Yeah. So what I'm saying, because I want to show you, that we can utilize our sound intellect and natural inclination to come to know that God must exist.
But all of this is just inference. It's not tangible.
No, it is tangible proof.
Remember, I gave you the proofs.
It's
two
tangible
proofs
proof.
from the Quran.
The
The
tangible
mountains, I gave
proof.
you one. And when you go high up into the
But what if
sky,
the prophet was intelligent and he just knew, like he knew? You can't knew.
Okay, but the only person that knew to prophesy about the future in detail, Prophet Muhammad. Why is the Prophet? Wait, what I'm saying. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ prophesies about things in detail, not randomly. You have to differentiate between prediction and prophecies. Prediction and prophecies. Okay, I'm not talking about prediction. I'm talking about prophecies. Prophet ﷺ prophesies many things about the future in detail. You with me? In detail, not randomly. And he said he got it from God. Okay. Likewise, the Quran itself is a miracle. Okay. Likewise, Prophet Muhammad had many enemies to disprove him. How come they were not able to disprove his claim? How come for example, the prophecies that Prophet Muhammad said that we see right now, how do you know about it? That's a tangible
like the
proof.
two examples I gave. How did you know?
It can be You can learn from someone that knows.
But no one at that
Or
time
it can
knew.
be your position. It's divinely given.
So how that he learned from? Yeah, it's divine because why? If you say he learned it from someone, Allah already rebuked and refuted this argument. Also, if he learned it from someone, that someone therefore, how he knows the future in detail. How that person knew about the future in detail, for example.
But him knowing a few things, does that?
Not a few things, many.
You live for
No.
Many. You got, look, brother. Sometimes one thing that you get.
It's like in history though, and it's whatever they said.
No, it's prediction. I'm trying prediction. Clear cut. Like for example, Prophet Muhammad when he was in Mecca, he in Mecca, he was very. They were very weak, the Muslims. While he's in Mecca, and he was just fighting his own tribe, not the whole Arab peninsula.
Because they were saying we're teaching something different to what we.
Yeah. Before we go to that, but Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was telling his companions that you will overpower the Persians and the Romans.
Okay.
So, whatever, if we do analyze this claim, view from the angle of material, it's impossible for that prophecy to occur. Because how someone, imagine me, I'm scared if in London, scared of the people of London. Then I tell my followers, you will overpower America and Russia. People say, well, you're scared from the people of London, let alone of England, let alone of United Kingdom. What about the America and Russia? People will mock you. Prophet was saying with certainty, historically speaking, from Islamic sources and non-Islamic sources, the Muslims, the companions, not people came way after. The same companions who Prophet.
So empires fall and rise though. That happens.
No, but regardless, you're missing the point. Regardless, Prophet told them in a time which one of the British historians said this prophecy as if it's impossible to happen. But it did happen. It fell after or not, the fact it did happen, and it was everything in the outside reality was going against what Prophet Muhammad والسلام, said. At the time of Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman, the Muslim conquered the Persians and the Romans. That's one thing. The other thing, Prophet said in the hadith about interest will become widespread. Even if you are not involved directly, will affect you. But look at the wording of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So even if you,
Why do you say that it's not bad interest? Like Saudi Arabia.
because it's haram, you should ban it. Interest is no khair interest. 2009, the credit crunch because of interest. Interest is you are utilizing people's needs to manipulate them. You understand? Yes. Explode, yes, you're right. You're right. And Islam teaches us that if your brother or your sister is in need of money, don't utilize their time of hardship to manipulate them. Help them, show them the brotherhood and sisterhood. Yeah. So, yeah.
Embryo in the.
Yeah. It's talking about the embryo, about the scientific, about the baby and that. About the baby and everything.
So you already know quite a lot. That's proof for you.
But what we say also, you know me, if you
How did
notice.
Muhammad know that? How was it? Sorry, carry on.
Also, what is it about there was a study carried in Oxford University, and they spent 2.9 million on this project. It took them 3 years. So the project was, did the children born to believe in God or not to believe in God? Yes. So they took the natural creation, fitrah. So they took children from different parts of the world and came to conclusion. Okay, can we move side? Because why this are speaking? So they came to conclusion. If you leave children without any prior teaching, they will grow up believing God, and there's a purpose.
And they even may not believe in God or become Jewish Christians. I've heard of it.
No, I'm talking about the study. But Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in a hadith, he said every newborn is born with a fitrah, natural inclination. Again, how he knew that? So there's too many information. It's impossible for a man in the middle of the desert in the 7th century to know about these things in detail. Because he himself, you know what Prophet Muhammad could have done? He could have attributed to himself. He said, I am God. But he's humble and he knows that God chose him, and he knows that if he do lie against God, God will destroy him. What he said? He said, God told me. Because all of us here will like for what we want, glorification. That's our human nature. We want glorification. Yeah, we want people to glorify us. You know, so if Prophet was a liar, he would have attributed that knowledge to himself. Why is he going to attribute to God? You understand? That's what I usually do. Okay? Except if the Prophet Muhammad was attributed, alayhi salatu wasalam, was attributed to God to manipulate his people. But when we do study his history, shows us clearly he never utilized his prophethood or messengership to manipulate the people. For instance, when the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, his son passed away, Ibrahim. And what happened? Eclipse. Eclipse happened, yeah? His followers were not familiar with eclipse. So they thought, no, he said, no, his company said that. They said, what they said, the reason there's eclipse, because Prophet Muhammad, they said the reason there's eclipse, because Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, son passed away. If he was a liar, وحاشاه والعياذ بالله, he could have, yes, what he said no, yeah, God. And compare this story to the story of Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus has been documented that when he went to South America, when the eclipse happened, the Native Americans were not familiar with it. You know what he did? He said the reason there is eclipse because God of the Christians angry with you. So give us your belongings. So compare Prophet Muhammad, which you cannot compare abadan, but for the sake of argument, Prophet Muhammad, when there was eclipse during his lifetime, how he used it, and Christopher Columbus, how he used it. He used it to manipulate the people and to oppress the people. And there's many instances and events during the life and the biography of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, to show you this man is impossible, he was a liar or opportunist. You know, in general, because, for example, when someone claims to be a prophet of God, what is his motive? Yeah, what is his motive? Yeah, his motive, what is it? Why they claim? Power, money, okay, or they are deluded. Yeah, something like crazy, deluded, okay? I'm saying it could be. They are deluded, it could be they're crazy, it could be. But when you study Prophet Muhammad ﷺ from the Islamic sources, not Islamic sources, this man was a smart man. It's impossible, deluded. Sound of mind. Well, he was a smart person. Look, he's teaching how to change the whole world. You know, one of the great.
Why are people saying he was bewitched?
I mean, bewitched doesn't not oppose someone being a sound intellect, because he.
Was he actually bewitched?
Yeah, no. They try. You know this story, true Prophet Muhammad, true prophet.
Of how Islam.
Hi. You know the story of bewitching. It proved Prophet Muhammad true prophet. How? No. It's true story. Yeah. But why? Because in the Quran, Allah said to Prophet Muhammad, "You will never be killed." Brothers, move aside. These people, they're just screaming. Let's go back. So, I want to show you Prophet Muhammad عليه الصلاة والسلام. هربنا من الحمار جينا ولا this is showing. Prophet Muhammad, what's this guy? This guy is يا أخي المجانين today. لا خير. Here. So Prophet Muhammad عليه الصلاة والسلام, Allah said in the Quran, the meaning of the verse, "Oh Prophet Muhammad, you will not be killed."
Brother, I was speaking to you earlier in my
MashaAllah.
and he was saying, I want to listen to the
Yeah, it's very respectful. Listen. He likes to cut something, but he listens. Yeah.
I don't come here with hatred.
So you come with a pure heart, inshallah ta'ala.
I do start saying slurs like that.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, listen to this.
For coming and actually focusing on it.
Thank you very much. It's my duty anyway. Alhamdulillah. What I will say to you, Prophet Muhammad. No. But Allah in the Quran said to Prophet Muhammad, you will not be killed and you will not die until you convey the message. So this prophecy, when Allah mentioned in the Quran,
People have tried to kill it.
yes, in the back, because you have to listen to this prophecy. It's so powerful. Why is it so powerful? Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was in the back. He was not hiding in a fortress, and he said, Allah told me I will never die or be killed until I convey the message. He was involved in a war when more likely he'll be killed.
Hold on.
So many times, and they never killed him. Then they tried to bewitch him and poison him, and he never died until he conveyed the message. Now when
Did the poison eventually kill him though?
effective after. But this one is already Allah said in the Quran.
He didn't die quickly because
Allah promised him that will protect him, yes. Until he conveyed the message. That's why when he conveyed the message, everything finished. Now that promise of Allah, khalas, does not break the promise of Allah. But what you have to understand also, that bewitch that was carried out against Prophet Muhammad sallallahu it was so strong that if he was carried against anyone else, he will finish him. But yet, what happened to him? He just started feeling weakness. And because of his weakness, he thought, if I do remember, they got some of his hair. The Jewish woman, yeah. I can't remember exactly word for word, but he got his ginger hair and he changed that. Yeah.
do you really believe like scientifically that's possible?
Magic.
Brother, magic happens.
We believe in magic.
I dealt with the people. They literally.
Magic is about foolery, like
Okay.
tricking people.
I know a woman that she.
Types of magic.
What's this? I know a woman that called the
You mean
police.
dark magic, isn't it? Dark magic.
No, there's no dark or white. There's magic. There's
I mean evil magic.
Evil magic. Say
It means like
the worst side.
The worst of
Yeah, but I would not have said dark or black or white.
Yeah.
It's worse.
It's not associated to colour.
Yeah, that's it. So
Say like it's a bad thing to do. That's it.
it's evil. Why? You're causing harm to people. That's why many times you go to hospitals and they don't know. They will try everything. They will analyze you. They will do everything. They can't find no answer for it.
That's why they do ruqya and stuff.
Ruqya, and I myself, I speak ruqya stop because why? Islam teach us to do ruqya on yourself. And now people start doing like a business. There's somebody out there doing it for Allah, even they get money. It's not problem to get money, but some people are just doing it for the sake of doing it. Okay? So what I would say to you, look to this prophecy in the Quran, which Allah mentioned to his prophet, they will never be killed or you die until you convey the message. Many people tried to kill him and they were not successful. And he conveyed his message. When he died, in his house. And he said, بَلِ الرَّفِيقِ الْأَعْلَى. So I'm showing this tangible proofs establish why Islam is the truth. Because it's impossible to come from a normal guy. Prophecies, the miracles and everything. You know?
Just like science. Everything's man-made.
No, it can't be. Okay. It can't be because a man.
I'm not like you. I'm not well versed. I haven't studied all
No,
these.
but I'm saying use our intellect. A man made. Okay. Prophet had enemies. Why they didn't do what he did? You know, there were many people. The time Prophet Muhammad claimed to be prophet of God, but none of them were exposed. Why only him? Even though they were his enemies.
So you're saying he wasn't deceitful because he was a prophet.
True, the true prophet not that.
Maybe someone.
Some accepted, some of them didn't accept, and they were looking for anything to invalidate prophethood, to lie against him, and they were not successful. Who Allah gave victory to whom? To the Prophet Muhammad.
That's why we can see that Islam is the fastest growing religion of the day. Allah says in the Quran as
Even
well.
though there is many people try to stop Islam from spreading.
The religion of truth, and it will allow it to overpower all other religions, even if the believers like.
Again?
It can be either way, or are you 100%?
No, it can't be because this is overwhelming. Alhamdulillah, certainty. Huh? Inshallah ta'ala. Of course.
Maybe shaheed.
Inshallah. There's not like killing innocent people. Yes, Shahada, die fi sabilillah, is one of the most honorable acts to do. Yeah. But not to kill innocent people like this Khawarij do, this evil ISIS and yeah. To die fi sabilillah, because why? You die for the truth. You die for the truth. Al-Haq Mubin.
It's not like
For the sake of Allah.
also for humanity. Just for the sake of Allah.
No. Of course, for the sake of Allah, when you die for the sake of Allah, you're dying to save humanity. To make sure that this truth that you're dying for, because it's from Allah, for the humanity to follow it and to not follow the Satan. So if the humanity understood what you're dying for, they appreciate your death. Because you know there's many people out there evil. Righteous cause. Yes, there's many evil people out there who they want to die for Satan. They die for Satan by trying to stop. Of course, God's powerful, but we don't still. Yeah, that's why God take their life. So, I mean, like that's a contradiction too. But anyway,
All the Muslims are up on Haq, you're saying they're up on Satan or whatever.
of course, because whatever oppose Islamic teaching is falsehood.
Does that take anything from Judaism?
No, Judaism, Christianity, we believe there's some truth in it. Yes, we believe there's some truth.
There are some practices similar.
Huh? Like, for example, we believe in Moses, we believe in... Yeah. What about
The Jews practice circumcision.
Jesus practiced it?
And the Muslims practice it.
And Jesus himself practiced it? Yeah, Jesus himself practiced it, yeah. So Islam makes sense. Islam, when you look to Islam, that's why Islam is spreading in the West, where there is many propaganda against Islam. Yet still English woman and English man and French and Scottish and Irish accepted Islam.
Who do you think is doing propaganda against Islam?
I believe
Even big countries or
Freemasons. And there's evil societies out there.
satanic people?
Of course, without any doubt, because satanic people, because you know, when you look back to the history, when Allah created Adam and Eve, who was our first enemy? It was Iblis. And Iblis, he wanted to take people away from God's worship. Why? Because he has grudge and hate against the sons of Adam, because he believed we deceived him. Okay? So that's why, subhanAllah, we have to understand. Have you been Algeria? Never. If you want to go to Algeria, what would you do first? Would you not study the country, which currency they use, learn the language?
Learn the culture, the religion.
Yes. Likewise, one day we're going to die. All of us here, we're going to die. No one is going to be safe from the death. The queen, she had the best doctors, but yet she died. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so we're going to travel. Dying is a type of traveling. So we should learn.
Before I was born.
In the stomach of your mother.
You are in the stomach of your mother.
No, I don't mean
Before
before the fertilization of the egg.
That's a good one. Brother, you in the stomach of your mother, what did you do? Before that, you're not existent. How you exist before?
It's like you're somewhere.
I think about the door.
It's mentioned, there's a narration that mentions
Al-Dar. So it's souls.
that the souls are like last comrades. And it's mentioned,
We can't see there before. So that's why they say Allah created the souls before the bodies. عالم الغيب, the word of the unseen. Yeah.
That's also what God only knows, the ghaib, yeah?
The ghaib, yeah. There's two types of ghaib. There's the absolute unseen, and there is the unseen which is relative. For example, what my children are doing now, according to me, is the unseen. But my wife, she's with them, she knows what it's doing. And there is the unseen, which we can know about it with using our sound intellect. I'll give you an example.
Gravity, the effects of gravity.
Before the gravity, I'll give you another example. I've never seen the person who made the phone. I've never seen the person who made. You with me? I've never seen the person who made the phone. That's called unseen. I haven't seen him. Yes? But I don't have to see him to know by looking at his product that this person who made it must have a power, must have a will, must have intelligence, wisdom, everything. Yes? That's good, alhamdulillah. So this type of knowledge you can utilize your self-intellect to know about with certainty. But there is type of knowledge you will never be able, or unseen. There's type the reality of hellfire, the reality of paradise. How Allah, the reality of His attributes, His names, His essence. No one else except Allah.
We never probed into it.
Say again?
Which scientific instrument have we used to
But we
probe
cannot
into
use science
all
for
these
everything.
realities we're talking about? Including heaven, hell.
Huh?
You mean from the unseen? How to prove stuff from the unseen?
We can talk about metaphysics.
You could have a theory of gravitation, for example. You know, gravity.
Yeah, metaphysics. Yeah.
People that get
ما
possessed,
وراء المادة.
people that get
So it's
possessed
metaphysics.
with evil spirits.
Oh, you mean that's proof?
That's proof.
I
of
mean,
the
even this
unseen.
time I don't ever agree with it. Okay,
I said to him, you know, people that get possessed by evil spirits, by jinn.
yeah.
That's a proof. That's one of the proofs from the unseen.
But the doctor said that's
Yeah,
mental
that's
illness,
science.
and that's what.
Put some
Yeah,
Quran
but,
on, let's see.
no,
And when they get the medication, they do get better. So it's not the gin.
Yeah, you see, mixing up. No. You're mixing between two things.
Yeah.
You think when we say he's possessed by jinn means that there's no material things involved. No, doesn't contradict. Like sometimes you have this anxiety, your heart start beating, but who's the root of the cause of it? Satan can cause it. You know, the jinn can cause it. So there's no contradiction between, for example.
People can cause it. If you distress, someone.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about jinn now. I'm not telling you the other people.
You're saying
Yeah.
that
So
case,
I'm saying you think that if the jinn possess someone, and we can know that okay, the reason that he's feeling like this because of this and that, negate that the jinn possess him. No.
I mean, when you treat him with medication, he gets better. He or she.
Not all the time. Not all the time. Some they go worse. I saw a lot of people go worse.
You can have suicidal ideation
They
if you
become-
take medication. That's possible as well.
No, but sometimes it's not even the jinn, it's the inflammation of the mind. Your mind is inflamed. You know, you have problem with the wires. You understand? Sometimes you eat the food that you eat. Sometimes other things,
And
you
there's a
know.
way to
That's why.
establish between the two mental health and jinn. There's ways to establish by performing the exorcism, ruqya, reading the Quran.
But sometimes, akhi, the jinn can cause mental health issue. Yeah. So whispering and the man goes mental. Yadu billah. But what we say to you, I've experienced. I've experienced the issue of jinn, not just the Muslims, even the Christians, the Yahud. This is called common knowledge. You cannot deny it.
But it's not scientific knowledge.
Brother,
It is
okay.
common.
Brother, prove to me scientifically. You're talking about scientific, yeah? Because
But I'm
science.
not a scientist, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Big claims.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
saying.
Science, we cannot utilize science for everything.
Yeah, of course.
Okay? Because here,
But even they say you
That's
have
what
a
I'm saying.
scientific theory, it can be invalid. It can be
that's what I'm saying.
Scientific test that they use it to prove the evil eye. And what they said, they got these guys to look at these numbers on this machine. Basically, it does 1 to 100, whatever. And they told them, look at that number and imagine the number. And they effect that the results they would get earlier were like random and they were consistent. But when people had the sort of thought and looked at it, it changed the result. And there was nothing else involved in that. So they can't explain it, but there's an effect there. And this is by scientists, it's not by...
I'm not materialist.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, that's good. Don't make
I
me
think
serious.
it's possible what you're saying, you could be true, you know?
But look what I'm
That's
saying.
why I
Like,
don't dismiss it. But
I never catch your name. What's your name? Mustafa. Where are you from? Turkey? So you were Muslim before? Oh, yeah, see.
no Christian, no Muslim.
Okay, so your family no
Muslim
Muslims.
person.
Family no Muslims.
Huh? Of course, I'm Muslim in my family, yeah. I do.
Yeah. Like you yourself is a you know, in the Quran, Allah said, you know, after I show you prophecies. Oh, there's a hospital up there. Even the Christian said, don't bring him here.
I'm not a Christian.
Ya Allah. They hate Allah. They hate Allah. Mushrikun, they hate Allah. Look. That's why they hate Allah.
Well, it's a gift for you. Okay. Thanks for taking the read.
That's a nice book. It's good to read it. Explains a lot of things. But what we say, the Quran mentioned, insan, you are a clear proof for Allah's existence. Allah said, هل أتى على الإنسان أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هل أتى على الإنسان حين من الدهر لم يكن شيئا مذكورا إنا خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه فجعلناه سميعا بصيرا. Allah said, is it not the time for the human being to think and to reflect? Once upon the time, there are not even a word of mentioning. Now you have hearing, you have a sight, you have everything. That cannot come from blind matter.
But they say how you having sight, you didn't have perfect sight. They say
You don't have perfect sight.
human beings.
What do you mean?
They say how it evolved. Like you didn't have in the
Even
beginning,
scientifically,
wasn't
it cannot be
perfect.
proven. It can't be proven. So this is...
What if God put the evolutionary process? What if God put
No.
it?
Allah told us clearly Adam is the first. I mean, of
Some
course,
people
Allah
believe
they
that.
say it's not impossible. But Allah subhanahu wa
Some
ta'ala
people say
created...
that. Some people say God put the.
Yeah, you're right. Even we have some Muslims here, not here in the park, not the park. But in the Muslim countries, they try to say that, listen, they're not well, Masakin. You know, they think that's how they're going to spread Islam. By screaming.
How are you going to unite Islam if they make a different claim and you make?
No, we don't unite with the falsehood. Islam tells you to unite upon the truth.
Even if you don't unite, how can you convince him to bring him back? If you think
Oh, no, you cannot change people's hearts.
You can't change it.
Of course, what is upon me
Leave it to
to
them.
convey the message? Because Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is the messenger of
Or you
Allah.
get more rewards though, according to Islam, if you convince.
If you convince them, but they're not going to listen.
What if they do listen?
Huh?
You've got to take the chance though.
Yeah, actually, but some they don't want to listen. They don't talk. Some people like this guy, they're Majnoon, they're just wah. They're not doing nothing, brother. Like Christians, he's doing exactly what the Christians doing. When they go around, Jesus love you. They think that's how we spread Christianity. But Al Sunnah, you have a nice discussion, respectful discussion, you know. But what we say to you, Mustafa? No, he wants. No, it's for him. Do you have another one? No, it's for you to read it. It's for you, brother. No, you have one, but it's for him. It's for him. Respect gift.
No, he won't give it.
No, but it's for him. You have to read it, brother. You can't give it to you.
Brother, next week we'll give you one. You come next week, we'll give you one. Inshallah.
I have to read a lot to learn.
No, this is a nice one. This is what I've explained to you so far. Introduction to this one. No. But Mustafa, let me ask you this honest question. Which one is more rational and logical and tangible proof for this beautiful universe to be created with a creator who possesses knowledge and a will and a power and wisdom, or was created by a blind matter, or was created by non-existent thing?
I don't think a non-existent thing can cause anything to happen, because there's like causation of things, aren't there?
What about blind matter? Is it possible for the matter?
See how I see it? You know dominoes? You know those rectangular things? There's dominoes.
Yeah.
They stacked, let's say the prime mover or God. If he doesn't fall, if he doesn't touch the first domino,
I know you talk about contention. I'm not using argument that in order for this to do this, yeah, like for someone to shoot someone, he has to wait for the permission of the leader. The leader needs. What I'm saying. Okay.
There's a possibility there can be an entity of God or a prime mover.
Entity of God.
Not entity of God, basically.
But what I'm saying, okay, in this universe we can see there's.
I'm not super knowledgeable to say there's no God or there's God. I don't have that.
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't.
I'm not equipped with all the knowledge.
No, you don't have to be super knowledgeable to come to conclusion. This beautiful creation, which we can see there's order, is programmed. What is today? Sunday. Tomorrow, Monday. How do you know that? By sun setting, sun rising. But there's order. It's following. Okay, the universe is following an order. Yes, it's connected. You have a nose next to your mouth before you smell food. The liquid that you have in your ears is different than your eyes. The liquid that you have in your ears is thicker to prevent anything going inside. The liquid that you have in your eyes is thinner to take things out. You have a teeth in your mouth that cannot be created by a blind matter. You can see within you. I take respect. The children watch it, man. I show respect because our
What about penis? What is the word?
when you get married, you use it.
Say that one also.
Yeah, but, you have to respect people, man. There's children watching. Yeah, but we have. Okay. Anyway, what I'm saying, you can see the effect of the Creator's knowledge, the power, everything. Clearly, brother. You don't have to study it.
If I don't study something, how am I going to understand it well? If I don't study Islam, how am I going to learn?
What I'm talking about, you don't have to be Muslim to accept this. It's a general knowledge. It's a common sense. It's clear. That's why in the Quran Allah said, no, it's clear. Because Allah said, will they create by nothing? Or do they create themselves? Or they create the heavens and the earth? Surely they have no firm belief.
Does God say how He created things?
Allah told us in the Quran, yeah. For example, about the universe from smoke. Okay? For prior smoke. The human being originally from Adam.
Now how can the universe come from smoke? And how old is the universe?
You older than, well, I know you're older than
How old is
it.
the universe?
Well, I know you are older than it.
Now how old is the universe?
Wallahi, maybe he's 5 years old.
How is that? How can the universe come from smoke?
Allah, ya akhi, isn't listening, man. It's 5 years old, 5 years old. So what I'm saying, this knowledge is known. And what we say to you, look, talking about God's existence doesn't make any sense because God's existence is not by necessity. And I should be worshipped alone, you know. However, because due to our environment, we've been poisoned and affected by the propaganda and the lies. Understand? Because me looking at this universe, looking at ourselves, which Allah instructs us and command us and encourage us to do so, is impossible, irrational, illogical for this beautiful universe to come without any powerful, wise, knowledgeable creator. It's illogical to say just came like that. I don't have to study Oxford University to Harvard University to know that knowledge, which is known by necessity. That's why in the Quran it speaks about the fitrah. When the fitrah has been affected, then attacks or addresses the sound intellect. So you have to be honest with yourself before it's too late. Before it's too late, because
You know what I find strange? The mainstream media like demonizing
Muslims, yeah.
I find that strange. But I don't know what's their actual intention, why they do
Because
it.
Islam is the truth. That's why.
But before they used to demonize communists.
No, from day one.
No, I mean, at the time the Soviets and the Americans.
Yeah, but from
Cold
day
War.
one.
And now they're demonizing.
No, but from day one.
But it's not. Muslims are the new enemy.
No, Mustafa, from day one.
I find it straight. I just find it straight.
Mustafa, listen.
Once you look into it, you will find it.
No, from day one, they are against. For example, look, in the Quran, Allah mentioned that Satan will inspire to change people. Satan will inspire the creation or the human beings to change their creation. What we see now with LGBTQ. How Prophet Muhammad knew there will come a time when humans, they start changing their own gender. He's born healthy, everything, but he feels a woman, or a woman feels a man. That is in the Quran. Allah mentioned it. How person knew about it? You know, if it was once or two, but when it's overwhelming, it's illogical to say, you know what, he was guessing. It's illogical to say, you know what, he just said it. No, it must be with intention, because when you keep repeating it, saying the same thing, prophesizing about the future, and it's coming to pass, everything, you cannot say it's a concrete proof. It's a concrete proof. That's why, imagine in the Western world, one of the worst. One of the worst propaganda against Islam, that Islam oppresses women. Islam oppresses women, but the majority of reverts in the Western world, when the mainstream media are propagating this lie, are a woman. So women that have everything, quote unquote everything, they can do whatever they like. They choose to accept Islam, to wear hijab, to live off alcohol, nightclub. Why? Because they understood and they found out that the true meaning of freedom, to become a slave to your creator, not to your society and Satan and desire.
You know, prostitution is oppression to women.
Of course, without any doubt.
Islam bans it, am I right?
Yes, of course, haram is forbidden in Islam to have prostitution. Why? Because people, sometimes when a woman is poor, have nothing, so they do this job. Understand?
And they call them workers, sex workers.
I don't know what they call them, but I know it's Islam.
No, they try to justify like it's a normal thing. They try to normalize it. That's what I'm trying to say.
You know, that's one. But what I'm saying is, why these British or French or European, American women are accepting Islam, even though there's a big propaganda in the Western world or other, even Eastern world. Yeah, no, I'm saying, but
there's mass conversion there
around
the world.
You know, the propaganda against Islam, if it was against any religion, that religion would be dead long time ago. Okay. Islam, not just defending, spreading as well. Because why? Do you know that is another prophecy in the Quran? Allah mentioned that Allah will make Islam spread even if the enemies dislike it. So again, how we knew that?
Does it ever have to be Muslim? Is that when Jesus comes? According to your belief?
According to my belief, if one wants to be Muslim,
no, once everyone becomes Muslim, is that when Jesus comes, or is it before that? How does it work?
Allah, I don't know. When Jesus comes back, Jesus come back and he will not accept anything except Islam from people. Okay? But that will be too late. This universe belongs to Allah, the creator of everything. Allah allows his creation. Look, even if you disbelieve in him, yet Allah is merciful to his creation. But however, Allah, no, you do disbelieve. You're not Muslim, you're kafir. Of course, you are kafir. You don't believe. Kafir, you don't believe. Kafir, you are kafirin your fitrah, which is clearly telling you to believe in God and worship God.
Don't you say kafir to atheists?
Yeah, no, atheists kafir, Christians kafir as well. Do you believe in Islam?
Not at the moment, no.
So at the moment you kafir, inshallah you become Muslim.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Kafir means someone who rejects the truth. So you don't accept Islam.
The truth as well.
Yes, kafir. Yeah, that's what I mentioned, kafir. Kafir means kafir.
You get offended.
Kind of.
Yeah?
I think
That's something in you.
Why are you getting offended? You are kafir, someone accepts Islam. That's what it means.
Because I've never claimed that I disbelieve in it, I reject it. I never said that.
No, but you disbelieve in Islam. That's what it means. Kafir doesn't mean you're short.
Maybe if I study Islam,
Inshallah.
I might find things that I agree with, and then I'll say, okay,
I want to
this
become Muslim.
aligns with me. Not directly Muslim. I might say, oh, this makes sense, but this doesn't make sense. No, let's say I'm studying Quran, for example. Maybe
No, he
at
wants to
some
make a
point,
point.
maybe at some point I'm going to say, this doesn't align with my worldview, or no, but this part does make sense. You see what I mean?
Alhamdulillah. What I'm saying, Mustafa, at the moment, anyone, or not at the moment, anyone does not believe in Islam, calls Islamic teaching is a kafir. Kafir doesn't mean you're old or you're young, you're fat, you're skinny. Kafir means someone doesn't know. Yeah, that's it. Understand? So to be successful in Islam and be after, be a Muslim and worship your Creator alone. Because you need to worship your Creator. You need to follow Islamic teaching because it's the truth. What do you think was said so far with the prophecies in the Quran? Prophecies, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I mean, it's overwhelming, bro.
Compellingly convincing.
Which one is not? I can deal with it. Which one is not?
But the things about the Roman Empire being defeated.
It happened.
No, it happened, but
Yeah.
okay, let me see the other one. Let me give you another example.
Okay.
About Arabs building tall buildings.
Arabs, yeah. Okay.
It's a science of
What?
architecture. If it improves over time, then it's possible for you to make higher structures. Even in the Egyptian time, they made very high structures. You see what I mean?
No, but see again. Let me do this point. This point is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam speaking about the Arabs
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere. Okay.
Okay, but
And
over time, things developed, though,
wait,
don't you?
wait.
Advanced technologically.
No, but not everywhere. Why the Arabs are not building the tall buildings? Why Prophet specified the people of Arab Peninsula?
No, but apart from Arabs, there's skyscrapers elsewhere.
No. But what I'm not saying, but
There's huge
Prophet
structures. There was the
specified.
pyramids, there were huge structures.
No, but what I'm saying, why Prophet he specified the Arabs, okay? 50 years, yeah, the Arab Bedouins, which is more powerful. It's the Bedouins, yes. It's Arab. No, but it's the Arab as well. It's the Arab as well. Arab.
Not Arab.
Where does it say Bedouin? Where?
In the Quran.
It doesn't say that at all.
The Bedouins,
It doesn't say that at all. He just made it up. I knew he made it up.
the Bedouins are barefoot Arabs anyway.
No, but the Arabs.
Are they Arab? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, there's Bedouin Arab. There's Arab or Arab. There's Arab. But the Hadith speaks about Arab.
Bedouin.
Anyway, we are digressing. He's what he's doing is want to digress. The point here is Prophet prophesied about people. They will start building tall buildings. Okay? When he said that there was no any sign or indication, they will be doing it. What he could have done, which is more logical to go in line if he was just making it up. He could have said the Romans would do it because the Romans already are doing it. But the Arabs were people of desert. So how do you know the Arabs will come to power and they start building tall buildings? So saying the Arab is more logical, rational to say this prophecy is powerful.
But just because they were in the desert doesn't mean in the future they're going to have more technology or whatever to.
But it could expose them that they will never do it because they didn't have no tools.
It's like saying,
So you're taking a risk. You're taking a risk. Sorry, Hazim. You're taking a risk to mention the Arabs.
Yeah.
It was more logical to mention the Roman and the Persians because they. Yeah.
In the hadith,
Competing each other. Yes. Even the wording, Barakallahu Fik.
Is it like
Even the
this?
wording.
Is it like this?
Shukran.
Because the Prophet said one of the people who's going to die as kafir, he could have said he will come with him. You know?
Yeah, Abu Lahab. No, it's not like that. Wait, before. Prophet even the wording he used, that's why when you look at the wording, he said they will
He said he'll never
compete each
accept
other.
it. No, but he didn't say he'll never accept
Yeah, but wait, step by step, brother. They will compete with each other.
Okay.
And the
Oh,
wording,
the Arabs will compete with
yeah,
each other.
the Arabs compete with each other.
Which is happening.
Which is happening.
I see what you mean. No, but you could correlate that with but the Arabs have a lot of petrol, a lot of power, economic.
But how we know that they have a lot of petrol?
Because it's
When
happening.
Prophet said,
Because it's actualizing now. So
no, but when Prophet said it was a pure desert, brother, 50 years ago, Dubai and
you couldn't have known it.
sorry. 50 years ago, if you went to the Arab Peninsula, you would never think they will start building tall buildings. 50 years ago, let alone 1,400 years ago. Let alone 1,400 years ago. Imagine that. Alayhi salatu wasalam. So that's why it's powerful. This one is powerful as well. As for your question, Mustafa, you know, it's about Abu Lahab. When Prophet Allah revealed the Quran, and it's Abu Lahab will be in the hellfire. What Abu Lahab could have did to expose Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to show Islam is wrong, he could have just said, I'm a Muslim. But he never did. You understand?
Which proves
The Quran is
right.
which ayah was right.
about
Subhanallah.
never accept.
Because remember, the enemies of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they would do everything. Afwan, they would do everything to invalidate prophethood. They lied against him, everything. So he had the power, he had the ability to lie, but Allah just sealed it. He couldn't do it. You go home. Thank you very much. Take care. Here is antimatter. What is antimatter?
No, but
No, I don't.
no, he mentioned antimatter.
No, I never mentioned antimatter. No, never.
No, you said that.
I never said
Maybe
antimatter.
said matter, but I didn't say
No, he said matter. He said that.
I said blind matter. Blind matter.
So what is wrong?
Blind matter is like, okay, example, I bring you a rock. A rock is a matter, but doesn't have a will, doesn't have knowledge, doesn't have wisdom.
Rock is matter.
Okay, it's a matter, yeah, of course.
What about this one?
It's a matter as well.
Sure.
Everything is, where is it this one? It's an object, but it's a matter. Matter is a madda, that's what it means.
I think this is.
What matter means, God? What is the matter? I'm not talking about physical matter, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
This don't matter. How can this be matter?
Okay, this is a stick.
That's it.
Okay, where is it made from? Where is it made from?
Yeah, it can make from a tree. You can make
Is
it
it?
from a tree.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's not
Matters.
matter.
But this is not matter. How can this not be matter?
Because it doesn't matter to go home is matter.
No. You said that something
Not matter. I'm
So-
talking it's more
so
matter
what
to
is
go
matter?
home than doesn't
So
matter.
what is matter?
A matter is a matter, doesn't
No,
matter.
what is matter?
It doesn't matter.
So what is that matter? You see when they are, when they are dodging this question, that's what they say.
Brother, now if you
Then
go,
what did
you
you
must
say
know what
matter?
is matter. Matter is matter, matter.
Antimatter, dark matter.
Yeah. So, no, he was saying the universe came
Doesn't
from
matter,
that,
Huh?
dark matter. That's what he was
created matter
talking
or
about.
anything. Doesn't matter.
I like it, everything's matter.
No,
Okay, I'm going to ask you.
No, watch this on Das Dawah or something.
That's Dawah, yeah.
How about SF Dawah? What about those
talking
ones?
about
It's Baba Asaf Dawah. That's it, yeah. But our channel is that's Dawah.
You say the universe comes from matter.
No, I will give an option that's it easy and logical for the universe to be created from a blind matter.
yeah, and what is
Yeah.
Blind matter.
So
You said
what?
antimatter.
Yeah, no. What is bank matter? So what is bank matter?
Blind matter which doesn't have no knowledge, no like
What
any
is that?
matter.
What is that? Bank matter.
What if God programmed
An
it?
object, a rock,
It's a
or,
it's a bank matter.
or tell you, or singularity, or someone.
So brand matter is listen.
Matter.
This man made the dictionary. So if you look at the dictionary, what is matter?
شو بخمرة؟ لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
خلينا ونفهم المسيحيه
هو يفهم غير الطعن في الصحابة وسب الله.
So the universe came from
Shams, do you believe the Ummah United?
no brand matter.
No, I believe in Manchester United.
No. Do you want the Ummah to be united?
Upon the truth, yes.
But how are you going to make it happen though? That's the thing.
No, it's impossible to happen now. It's impossible with the people following. That's what was another,
Is that the
you are helping me with Prophet prophesying about something in the future. Prophet said, my ummah will be divided into 73 sects. All of them deserve to be punished with the fire except one. They said, oh, are the messenger of Allah? He said, those who are upon one unto them, my companions. So Prophet spoke about it, and yes, he will unite when the time comes in. But now we don't unite with the people who curse Sahaba, who curse the wife of the Prophet Muhammad, who done nothing for Islam.
Yeah, I know they say things about Aisha.
Yeah, wallahi.
Pardon.
I will say, wait.
Brand matter is what? Brand matter. I want to know that.
So you believe matters programmed by God to do what it
Yeah,
does?
brand matter.
Look. A matter is anything that has mass and takes space, volume. Okay, is the stuff that makes up everything in the universe.
Brand matter.
Okay, that's fine.
Universe came from the brand matter.
No, the universe itself is a matter.
Universe is matter.
Yeah, Doesn't matter. Universe is a matter, but it doesn't matter. Anyway,
What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? Now it's time to go.
Yeah.
Now it's time
No,
to
I
go.
think it's the time to go.
What's the
No,
matter?
speak to them, speak to them. هيا let's go هيا خلاص. هيا مصطفى take off yourself. ما الله قاعد تشوف آمين.
Get out of here. Too much, yeah, Ali.
مشركون.
Yeah.
They love shit.
Ali ain't gonna save you.
Let Ali save you later.
Ali alone. Poor guy.
Look, they think say in Ali Wali Allah is
What's your channel?
I'm a cameraman of Sam Dawah.
Sam Dawah. Okay.
Yes.
Your name's Sam, am I right?
No. I'm a cameraman of channel.
Okay.
Yes, my brother. What's your name?
Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Yeah.
What you were? What was?
I don't normally do debate or talk on camera like that.
Yeah. What you were
Because they
talking
came
about?
Huh?
What was the main thing of the
The main
conversation?
thing, I don't think Shamsi has ill intentions. Yeah, I don't think like he has a certain agenda or something. I think he's convinced in what he's saying.
You're talking about the ruler or this thing?
No, I'm saying what he said to me. I think he has good intentions.
Yeah, they are mad.
basically.
Yeah, he has good intention. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us, all of us to the haqq, inshallah. And are you Shia Sunni?
No, I think he left
I'm not
Islam.
Christian or Muslim.
We used to be Muslim or?
No, never.
Oh, okay. I know you're from Turkey.
From Turkey, but I've never been Muslim or Christian.
Should be Muslim, brother. You should be Muslim. What's stopping you to become Muslim?
Huh?
What's stopping you to become Muslim?
I don't know. I don't think like it's gonna solve every single problem. I wish if everyone became Muslim, that actually solved every single conflict, everything. I wish it did, but yeah.
Believe me, it will. But people, they don't want. The people who they have power, I mean, they don't want. Because, for example, okay, Islam telling you non-interest. The people who they have banks, they will say okay to Islam, or they will say no, stop Islam.
They will not want it.
Islam telling you non-drug, non-alcohol. The one who's selling alcohol, selling drug, they will stop Islam or bring Islam. They spend money just for it to stop Islam. Far right, all this stuff. You see,
Maybe that's why they're causing wars in these other countries.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not that.
To keep stuff there. There are billion of mice.
I mean, I believe in respect.
Huh?
I believe in respect. I respect Muslims.
Alhamdulillah.
Anyway,
How are you? Good.
okay. Bro, you made the comeback. You used to be famous, isn't it?
I don't live it. I used
Long
to be famous.
time, old man. He was with black hair, he was from like white hair.
Can you see my?
Yes.
Why is everyone?
You know, most people, when they wear masks, you can identify them anyway from the eyes.
Okay. It's not even perfect. It's only because of the camera. Loads of people know what I look like.
Respect people listen to them.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm not
You're
trying
trying
to,
to. That's it. Yeah. I'm a bit concerned now because they're very nice this year. It seems to be. That's it. You know what I mean? Let's debate it. We are learning from each other.
Inshallah.
So listen, there you go.
Yeah. You understand, brother? I'm sure that your parents, they were Muslim. No? Atheist?
I'm not atheist. I'm not atheist. You know why I'm not atheist?
Yeah.
I can't say there's no God because I don't know. I'll be lying if I said there's no God. You see what I mean?
You're agnostic.
I don't like labeling myself, but I'm not atheist. I would say closer to agnosticism.
But
Because
in your
what if there
heart,
is God and I said there's no God, then I'll be a fool, isn't I? You see what I mean? That's why I'm open to the idea.
but
Islam, Christianity, whatever. Or African pan-Spiritualism, anything.
now you
It's all
say-
human.
okay,
Come from human, yeah?
you are agnostic. The way you're talking, you're agnostic.
I'm
No?
not atheist. Because atheist
Okay.
means you say, oh,
Let me-
I'm sure there's no God. I can't say that. What if there is God? Then I don't know.
Let's say, are you married?
No.
Okay, let's say you have a wife, and you ask your wife, "What's your name?" And she told you,
Yeah.
"I don't know." And you ask your wife, "Where have you been?" She said, "I don't know." why you didn't cook? I don't know. Will you accept that?
No, but I don't know. When I say I don't know,
Wait. Just go slowly.
but when I say I don't know, like she assumes, okay, that means I'm disbeliever, kafir, like he said. But I don't think I'm kafir.
I'm not talking about
See
that.
what I mean?
I'm not talking about that. I'm
I'm
just
saying,
only follow me. Just follow me.
Just a follow up from that.
Yes,
That's what
yes.
I'm saying.
If your wife, she told you, or anything you ask your wife, she
Yeah.
said, I don't know.
Okay.
Will you accept that?
But that, I know my wife thinks that's a different situation. With God, it's a very complex topic.
We will come back to God.
That's what they're saying. But there's physics to understand
Yes,
how it all came about.
yes.
See what I mean?
Will you accept that? Yes or no?
If they keep saying I don't know,
Yeah.
I'll see it as it's like an excuse.
You will not
That's what you're
accept
trying
it.
to say, yeah.
Now think about
I'm
it.
not
If you
saying I
want-
don't know to
No
say there's
problem.
no
No
God.
problem. No,
I'm
we will
saying
come
I
back.
don't know
We'll
for
come.
real.
We'll come to that. Now, if you went to university and they give you a test, and all your answers they were I don't know. What do you think will happen?
I know, but
to you?
I'm saying I don't know. It's not the same as saying there's no God. That's different. That's
Wait.
atheism.
We will come to that. Just wait. What do you think
Are you
will
Muslim?
happen?
No, it's not a
No,
Muslim.
it's not. What do you think?
Huh?
Sorry, it's
Sorry, bro. Yeah. Are you
Yeah, this is
No, it's not a
this
Muslim.
is for Taliban. this is
No, it's true.
Where is hiding? Why is hiding?
Let him be free.
Huh? Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
It's free. Why is it free to not record him?
No, you don't need.
Okay. Listen. If you went to the university they give you a test, and all your answer I don't know. What do you think? You will know I will fail. That means you yourself you don't accept I don't know, and no one will accept it from you. Yeah.
If
I
I
don't
say
know.
I do know, I'll be lying as well.
Wait.
But I don't have the proof. That's the problem.
I don't know is not the answer, brother.
If I say I know, I'm sure. If I say I'm sure there's God, you're going to say to me, how do you know? Am I right?
You be a fool.
Sorry?
I have to prove it.
If
If I
you
say to
say
you there's God,
yeah,
you're going to say to me, how do you know? I have to prove it.
there is billion of evidences.
No, I know this. Of course this is proof. Your proof. I'm not-
There is billion of evidences while there is zero evidences that there is no God.
Okay, and you have a proof.
Look, he's atheist.
I'm not
He's
atheist. I'm not atheist.
What you are?
I'm an Egyptologist. Yeah, and philosopher. I'm a mathematician, humanist, and a free thinker.
Okay. Do you believe there is God?
That's why this is the question you people like to ask. Which God? My question is which God are you talking
The
about?
Creator.
What does the word
Do you
creator
believe
mean?
there is a
What
creator?
the word creator means?
Explain
That's the problem.
yeah.
There is-
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's semantic.
No, the
Well,
word
he's a good guy. This guy's a good guy. I've spoken to him, I know him.
Mansour told them already go to Westminster Hospital. They
Because
have-
Mansour
they
is shit.
have- they have-
Because
they have-
Mansour is shit.
psychological.
No, but even if someone's stricken with an illness, you still respect them.
Brother, if you look, I didn't see nothing from you. I have. Did they disrespect you? No. This man is joker.
I'm not a
I
joker.
respect him though.
I'm not. What can I say? I'm a joker.
He says
As
you
soon
have
as I
mental
see white
problem.
No,
people,
what do you say? I'm a joker. Do you have a proof? Yeah. Okay, let's listen.
like what I said to you. Okay. There is billion of evidences that there is a creator, while there is zero evidence there is no creator.
Why?
I'm saying I'm talking to him.
Yeah,
To
no,
him. Has a brain. Yeah, let him think.
Yeah.
You can say
No, I don't talk to jokers.
No.
I don't talk to jokers.
That's what
You
they
talk
will
to me.
say. You
You
see,
talk to
when
me, I will talk to
it's
you.
when
Not-
they don't want to accept your idea.
I'm not here to mock anyone.
Okay,
I'm just here to...
listen. Okay, I will prove to you now. He said, when I asked him, do you believe there is God? He said,
Which God?
Yes.
when you say, wait, let me finish.
Yeah, there's a
When
lot
you
of
say,
different gods.
when you say there is which God,
Yes.
that means for him there is too many gods.
Yes.
I know,
Okay,
but that's his
prove to me there is too many gods. Go ahead. I will prove to you now he's joker.
No, but I can't disrespect him, but just his
Fine,
opinion.
brother, just I'm proving to you that he's a joker.
How? Dismiss it. He's a human as well, isn't it?
Brother, you don't know him. You come just today.
How?
I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone here.
Yeah, but
Just
that's
him.
why. Did they disrespect you?
No.
Did they talk to you nicely?
Yeah.
Until this hackler joker start to come in the
It's
Well, he's
conversation.
supposed to talk, innit?
Listen,
Okay,
listen.
I'm proving to you he's a
Okay,
joker.
prove. How?
I'm proving to you he's
He's
a
a
joker.
human,
He said, wait, brother, wait, brother. I don't know. Ask him if he's human or
Come
not.
on, bro.
He said, which God?
Yes.
Now I'm asking him a question.
What he's trying to say.
Because by saying there is which God, that means he believes there is too many gods,
Yeah, but that's his
and
belief.
he has to prove to me that there is too many gods. Go ahead. Prove to me that there is too many gods.
You ask me first.
Yes,
that
I'm
you
asking you a
believe in the
question.
I say, which?
Please
I
answer
ask
my
you.
question.
I ask you which God. That's the question. Give me the
Okay.
answer first. Which God?
Please answer me.
No, I ask you
By
first. that-
saying,
He's saying he believes there's one God.
yeah. I then ask you which God.
I'm trying
by
to say there's only
saying
one
to
God,
me,
true God.
by
And then
saying to
which
me,
one?
Just
Is it one God?
by saying to me, okay, let's have a next conversation, yeah? Yes, by saying to me which God, that means in your mind there are too many.
Okay, so you are proving that there's only one God.
Okay?
know.
No, you, I'm talking about you. By saying to me which God, you telling me there are too many gods. Me, I'm telling you,
Explain to him his God.
prove to me that there are too many to tell you which God.
Yeah.
So why
Okay,
didn't
go
you
ahead.
come to them?
The word God
You should say
is
something.
a title. It's a title.
No, just
Robert, can I say something?
I will.
People that think like you,
Yes.
have to be accepted, forgiven,
Yeah, that's opinion.
loving.
I'm forgiving, brother. I asked him 6 times, same
I know,
question,
but you got to have patience.
and he
Was the
said,
Prophet patient? He was patient, wasn't he?
yes,
So you
Sallallahu
have to have
Alaihi
patience
Wasallam,
against
yes,
people.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yes,
if
I
a joker
say
just
that
really,
the word-
just really come to interrupt, to destroy a
The word
conversation.
God
Yeah, but
is,
I have to let you
I
finish.
didn't ask him
the
about
word
the
God
meaning of
is
the
a
word
German
God.
word. The word God. Good.
German word.
It's a German word. It comes from the Germans. It's God, and it's a title of the Egyptian pharaoh.
Okay.
That's it. So Allah is a God. So you can't use God.
Allah is not Egyptian God, though.
Yes.
It's Islamic God.
So you can't use you can't use God. You have to use Allah, not God.
God is universal name, though. That's why.
No.
Because
It's
God
not
is
universal name. God is not.
God is a word, can be anything. Can
No,
be
no,
God,
no, no,
brother.
no.
Universal.
This
No, but God with a capital G is only.
brother, there is no
universal.
capital G. This invention of capital G is
No,
called
but if you say
G.
God
You
with
see what
no
the
capital
problem
G,
is now?
and then
Just from
God, there's more than
is from the Christian.
I know,
Okay?
but if I say
Capital
God, what do
G,
you
capital
understand?
G. Did God told you there is capital G and
No,
God
no.
and capital
No,
G
no,
and
it's
God with
semantic, the language.
then brother. Now you
But if I say
realize.
God, you know it's Allah.
Now you realize that
If I say God, you know it's Allah.
now you realize that he's a joker. He
No,
don't
no,
answer the
no,
question.
not a joker.
He don't answer the question.
The
He don't
word
answer the
God
question.
is a German word. It's not English. The word God is not even
Okay.
It
English.
doesn't matter, it's just a word, though.
Yeah, just
But
brother.
it's not
Allah
the
is a word.
creator.
God
Want
is
to
a word.
It's not the
continue the
creator.
conversation or I leave?
It's not the creator. Allah.
no, we adapt this.
Okay.
Allah is the creator.
Bye bye.
Well,
Bye bye.
Allah is the creator.
Allah is the creator.
Allah is
yes.
the creator.
Yes, he is the creator.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah. Now, like what I told you, no, a little bit, alhamdulillah. Now to say that is if I prove to you that there is a creator, will you believe?
If I know inside, here, 100%, not just me, everyone will believe. Every human being will fall to their knees.
Okay.
If you believe in God, they say God is the majesty, the biggest man, not the queen, not these actual God.
Yeah.
Everyone will fall to their knees. If the Christians prove that Jesus is God,
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you'll all fall to our knees and confess this is God, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Inshallah.
But I'm not, I didn't come here to be converted. I'm here for knowledge, interaction with people. That's why I accepted. When they gave it, I accepted. I want to read.
Okay.
So
Now,
I'm
if
not
I,
coming for, I didn't come here with like a preconceived, how do you say it? I come here with open mind, clean heart. I didn't come here to become Christian or Muslim. See what I mean? I want to interact with different people with different beliefs. Can be Christian, can be Muslim, can be anyone.
there is my phone and my stuff. There is
Stuff
alone.
there.
Can we go there?
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to take a step? Like I didn't come here like to join a religion. I just came here to interact with people.
Yeah, like this I can pack up my stuff. Let me stop this one as well. Okay, brother and sister, Jazak Allah Khair. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, reward you, and guide all of us to the straight path. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Jazak Allah Khair. Assalamu alaikum.